Howdy team, my name's Zach.
I'm Sam.
And we're going to do a quick D1 runner Q&A. We got some coffee here, so we'll start by pouring that. I guess this segment is going to be called Cuppas and Questions. Alright, so we'll get straight into it. Were you always faster compared to your teammates, or did you have to work harder to reach the top? Any tips for how to reach your full potential? So for me growing up, generally I'd say I was faster than a lot of my teammates, but I was not faster than everyone else competing against. So definitely had a lot of room to grow, which was good. And ways to reach my full potential, just love the sport. Just keep doing it because you love it and not because you want to get better would be my main piece of advice.
Yeah, that's good. In high school, I was either second or first, and it was like by like a good margin. And so that was kind of tough, just like having to train by myself pretty much all the time. But just like he said, just loving the sport, getting after it every single day. Like I'm still trying to get good, dealing with an injury right now, but just trying to get all the extra things, like not just the running. That's something I kind of learned like my junior year. Like you got to do those things that are like outside of just the workouts and things like that can make you better.
For sure, and it's hard to do that if you don't love the sport in the first place. So
exactly.
They just kind of go hand in hand. Next question is, what's your shoe rotation and what runs do you use for each shoe? Great question. Should have brought some shoes out to show you.
Yeah.
I love shoes. Obviously we're in Nike school, so at the start of the year we got given some pegs, Vomeros and Dragonflies. So
Vomeros.
Yeah, I use the Vomeros for a lot of my easy doubles or easy runs, sort of up to 12K. I use 1080s, New Balance 1080s for easy runs as well, for workouts, Alpha Flies and Saucony Endorphin Pros. Midweek long run is generally my Brooks Ghost or Mizuno Neo Vista. And I think that's about all the shoes I have. I use a Hoka Mach 5 or 6 as well for some workouts if I don't want to use carbon plate shoes.
That's good. Yeah, I have a lot. I'll just kind of go over just kind of the ones that stick out. I'll do some workouts in the Vaporflies. I do a lot of my easy runs in the Vomeros, the pegs. I've got multiple pairs of pegs. The Nike Infinity Reacts, I've enjoyed those a decent bit. The Asics, the Nimbus, the Nimbus 27s, I think. Those are solid. I've always liked the Invincibles, but those are kind of just now the Vomeros. And then, I've also got the Adidas Audi Zero Pro 3s, which I like for some workouts. I'll get those out on some of the special ones.
For sure. They're sick. They look cool as well. All right, next question. How often do you run and what distances? I feel like we can both sort of answer this as one. I run about...
We run every day but Saturday.
Yeah, every day but Saturday, but I run every second Saturday. I wanted to start doing that this semester, and it's just worked out that I have with races because we usually run on Saturdays when we race on Saturday. But I run about 120 to 125 kilometers a week, which I think is 75, 80 miles, something like that.
I think so.
Run. I think I run twice a day, about 3 times a week. Yeah. And Sam's a little bit more.
Just slightly more.
Yeah. All right. What's the hardest part of your training that most people don't see? It's a great question. Again, going back to loving the sport, there's times I don't want to do something, but you remember you do it because you like it, and then that sort of gives you a little bit more motivation. But a lot of the times, the hardest part is just the runs you really just don't want to do. Usually it's a Wednesday. We've come off a Sunday long run, 16 miles. You do, 13 miles worth of running on a Monday, and then another 16 miles on a Tuesday, and you get to your Wednesday run at 6 in the morning. It's cold, and the last thing you feel like doing, and like the whole run feels rubbish. And I guess the hardest part is just realizing that there's a lot of runs I don't want to do. I just want to sleep in. But yeah, what would you say the hardest part is?
I think the hardest part, is if you get in a rut, which I've kind of been in a rut for almost 2 years now, trying to get out and trying to actually have a breakout kind of race kind of thing. Just continuing to go forward and believing in myself that can happen, that I'm not just stuck here, is probably the hardest part. But
For sure, but you come out of it eventually. Yeah. All right, what has been your favorite shoe to run in ever? Great question. I'm gonna go. My favorite super shoe ever was Nike Vape Flat 1. I loved it.
I never ran it.
And my favorite running shoe, just jogging shoe, I think the Hoka Max 6 at the minute has got to be really up there for me. It's just super versatile. I can use it for pretty much anything. It's really comfortable. So those would be my two answers.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as super shoe, I think those Audi Zero Pro 3s are probably my favorite. Cause you can just roll in those. But I recently tried I can't say that they're my favorite yet, but I like them a lot. Right before I got injured, the injury doesn't have anything to do with these shoes, but the New Balance Rebel V4s, I think is what I got. They're
Yeah.
I like them a lot. I think I could do a lot of different things in them. I don't know about long runs just because of how they're not super. There's not a lot to them, but you can roll in them, you can jog in them. They're super light. I think I like those a lot.
No, they're great. They're a good shoe. All right. So the next question was, what were your PBs in high school? I don't know. Do we just list what they were at the end of high school, maybe?
Yeah. I guess
Okay.
so.
So at the end of high school for me, obviously compared to if you're in Australia, it's a little bit different to the US and vice versa. So when I finished high school, I actually hadn't had my outdoor track season yet. So I'm gonna give you two PBs, two PBs, because we finished high school in December and my track season runs January through April. So there's that still technically could be my high school season, but there's also my year 11 season. So in year 11, I'd run 4 flat in the 1500, 2 flat in the 800, and I want to say 905 in the 3K maybe. I don't know what my 5K PB would have been. In the season after that, so those were what I was running while I was still in high school. Season after that, I ran in the 3K, I think 952, 953. I ran 4 flat, was the same, and I ran 156 in the 800.
Yeah. In high school, I ran 16:10 in the 5K on the grass, which isn't great. But I also didn't run a ton of fast meets, and I got a stress fracture my senior year. But I beat guys that were running about 15:45 pretty consistently. And then in track, what did I run? I ran 2 flat in the 8 and 4:28 in the mile. And then I think I didn't really run the 2 mile because we don't run the 5K in America.
Yeah. I didn't in high school really. So.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Cool. All right. So the next question: what kind of habits and routines do you have outside of training that allows you to do better when you practice or race? I love this question. This is a great question, Fettuccine. Simple things.
Okay.
It's very simple. This is a simple sport at the end of the day, so you got to try not to overcomplicate it. But there's also things you should just be doing anyway. I know a lot of people don't do this, but if we're working out at 6 a.m., I get up an hour before, so I'm up an hour before every workout. Have some food. Fueling is really important. Have some coffee. So getting up an hour before, showing up to practice 5-10 minutes before. Recently I've been doing a little bit of band work at the start, which I used to do it back home, but I didn't buy a band till recently here, so I've been neglecting that. I also really believe, and this is kind of funny because I haven't been doing this recently, but I really believe in Mondays or whatever days, just doing some speed development. So going down to the track, putting spikes on, doing proper drills, proper strides and sprints. So those are the sort of habits that I find just doing them makes running a lot easier.
Yeah, I get up early as well. I feel a little bit, obviously, that's kind of something that you kind of got to figure out on your own. I know some people like Carter, for example, can do without it. Some people can do a little bit more, some people can do less based on like your stomach and things like that. But just finding where you can do that, fueling is super, super helpful, both for the workout itself and for recovery after. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that kind of just go throughout your day, like making sure you're eating a lot, getting the right ratios of like carbs, protein. Like we need a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
We still need protein, but we need carbs, and just getting on top of that.
Yeah, and I guess just being proactive as well. Like, if you want to do something, don't hesitate. Don't like, I'll do it later, just do it now. If you need treatment, go get treatment. If you need to go for your run, don't put it off late. Get to bed early.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is, how did you get so fit? I liked this up, by the way. Cheers for that. How did I get so fit? I don't know. Yeah, I've been running for a really long time, and I think if you start running when you're younger, like as a junior, you automatically sort of have a slight advantage to everyone that picks up running when they're older. You've grown up doing it. You've probably developed a little bit more aerobic capacity just because you've been doing it. I actually really, I don't fully understand when people start to get into their running in their adulthood and they say it's so hard. Like I can't relate to that because I've been running my whole life, so I don't know what it feels like to start running. But consistency is where the fitness comes from. I've never really been injured and I've never really done super high mileage, but it's the 5 years of consistent running that I would say has got me to the point where I am today.
Yeah, it's a slow burn sport for sure. I wouldn't say I've been fit before and I'll get in and out of fitness, but I think the main thing that leads into fitness is straight up consistency. Like if you might not even have to hit like a ton of hard workouts, or like he was saying, like he's never done like super big mileage, but like if you've got like 3 months behind you of just like running all the time and like being consistent in running, sleeping, etc., like you're gonna be fit at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, certainly hope so. Otherwise I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Final question, and which is understandable. Why did you choose such a lame sport? Yeah, look, I don't know. I love it. It is lame, like I'm not saying it's not. It's not very popular, not very great to watch, but I enjoy it. I got pretty good at it, and gives me cool opportunities like being in the US. So
yeah, there's something about it. It might not be the most entertaining sometimes, even as a runner, but like there's just something about cross country and track that's just
beautiful.
Yeah, it's an art.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for all those questions, guys.
Yeah.
I got actually quite a few more than I expected, and good quality questions.
Yeah,
too.
honestly.
So thanks for tuning in if you've made it 15 minutes in. Got a few exciting videos coming out soon. Race vlogs, training vlogs, long run vlogs. All planned. So I'll catch you in those videos. See you later, crew.
Thanks for having me, Zach.
Cheers.